Hello my dear students, I am your teacher Arpita Sharma. Welcome back to AriserTalent. Student, we are discussing this chapter, its name is coordinate geometry, right? And we have gone through the complete theory and some interesting numericals of this chapter. In last session we were discussing some of the numericals about that theory we have studied, and we were doing that. Okay, so we have to do some more questions, some more interesting questions on that. Before that, I'll be just starting this lecture with writing the name of our chapter, that's coordinate geometry, right? Okay, now my dears, this is your what chapter's name. Now if we talk about what we have covered, we have gone through the basics, okay, like what the coordinate geometry is, what is the Cartesian coordinate, x axis, y axis, and then we moved to the quadrants, first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant, and the positive negative values in each of the coordinate. And we have gone through the abscissa, right, and ordinate, and the questions based on it, questions without abscissa and ordinate, and questions with abscissa and coordinate. We have gone through that. So what is the next question we are having? Let's have a look. So this is the question we are having. In each quadrant, or on which axis do each of the points -2, 4, 3, -1, -1, 0, 1, 2, -3, -5 lie? Verify your answer by locating them on the Cartesian plane. Right, students? So I have told you something, that this is our quadrant. These are the four quadrants. That's first quadrant, right? Then the second one, then the third here, and the fourth here. And we have talked about the sign conventions of that. In this first quadrant, we will be having both positive abscissa and ordinate. In the second quadrant, what I was having this negative abscissa and positive ordinate. Okay, in the third quadrant, students, what I was having is negative and negative, both negative, abscissa and the ordinate. Here in the fourth one, I'll be having this is positive abscissa and the negative ordinate. So is it easy for us to have this question now? Okay, so this was our question, and we have given the abscissa and ordinate, and can we know the answer only by seeing it in the name of, so you can find it just by looking at it. Okay, because we know that if it's positive negative, or negative positive, or negative negative, or positive positive, in which quadrant it's going to lie. So in which quadrant or on which axis. Now it's to be considered on, it have asked about the quadrant, and somewhere here it has asked about the axis also. Why it's written that quadrant or on axis, we will look. Okay, now the first point is what? -2, 4, right? Okay, let me make it clear to you guys. Okay, so the first given point is -2, 4, the second one is 3, -1, the third is -1, 0, and the fourth one is 1, 2, right? Okay, so I'll ask about the coordinates, and you'll give it to me that which one and which one. Okay, so again positive positive, negative positive, negative negative, positive negative. Okay, look at the first one, right? Negative and positive. Now negative positive here, so that will be on second quadrant if I am just looking at that. Now the second one, 3 -1, that means positive negative. So positive negative, fourth quadrant. Then negative with no sign. Now you will say that ma'am, it's a 0, and 0 is what? Having no sign, and if you are having no sign, it's positive. but it's neutral. It's neither positive nor negative. So it's a little bit confusing. Is that negative positive or negative negative? So just hold on that. Okay, we will talk about it later. Then 1 and 2 positive positive in the first quadrant it will go. Okay, now with this, what I have told you in the previous lecture, the very last thing we have talked about is, if you are having your abscissa 0, if you are having your abscissa as 0, that means if you are having your abscissa 0, that means this is what kind of, if you are having this abscissa 0, that means it is lying on the y axis. So the point line y axis. If you are having your ordinate 0, that point will lie on the x axis. Now the question is here asking again, coordinate or on which axis, right? So in this case we are having what? Ordinate 0. Ordinate 0, that means which axis? Okay, x axis, right? So ordinate 0, so x axis. Simple. Okay. Now we have just write this only by looking at it and checking the coordinate signs, right? Now how to justify your answer? How will you justify your answer? So in order to justify it, what will we do? We will name these points as P, Q, R and S, and let us draw these points on our axis. Okay. Okay, so with this scale, because I was telling you that you are going to use scale in it. Okay, so with your scale, right, you are going to have x and y axes, right? Okay, so this is one and this is the second one. Right. Okay. Visible? So this is your x, o, x dash, and this is your y, o, y dash, right? And maximum is here 4. Okay, so we need to go on 4, either on x axis or on y axis. It's clearly y, but we'll draw to maintain the decorum. Here we'll have the even things, right? 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, 4 here. So let's have 1 centimeter in your notebook. 1 centimeter equals to that one part, and I am taking 2 centimeters one part. Okay, let's see what it is. Yes, I can take it like this. Okay, so just marginate it. So this is first, second, no, this is the first one, the second here, third here and fourth here, right? Similarly, I will be having this 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 here and here also 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and minus 4. Now guys, this is the thing. This is the way you have to plot your graph, right? Okay. Now, if you talk about the point number P, and P is minus 2, 4. So, minus 2 here is on x axis, this is minus 2, and 4 on y axis. So, 4 is here, right? Okay. And note, this is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is the third quadrant, and that will be the fourth quadrant. Now, whether our answer is right or wrong, let us see. So, 2, right, okay, and the 4 here. So, draw the perpendicular on this line, meeting at that point, that means that will be our what? First point P, this point P, and which is what? Minus 2 comma 4, lying in second quadrant here. Now, this one 3 positive, okay. So, 3 positive here and minus 1. So, minus 1 is this, okay, the y axis. So, what I will be doing? This line, perpendicular this line, okay, and from this x axis, it will give it to you this particular point, and that will be known as the point number Q that we have assumed, and that will be 3 minus 1, okay, fourth quadrant. Now, look at this, minus 1 and 0. So, minus 1 on x axis. Now, this is minus 1, okay. So, this is minus 1. Now, y is 0. So, this line till there, that point, that is on minus 1. So, that is what? The point will lie on this point R, this point R, which is minus 1, 0, will be what? On x axis, right? This axis is x axis, okay. So, that is x axis, correct. Now, look at the fourth one, S1 comma 2. Now, 1 is this and 2 is this, okay. Have your lines. This first one and this is the second one, right, students? Okay. So, getting this point here, and this point is what? S. Now, this S is 1 comma 2. So, getting this in the first quadrant here, right? That means what we have answered was right. So, that was a short trick. You can do it in that way, or you can locate the point and give the proper answer, okay. So, verify. So, we have first done the answer thing, and then we verified that according to when we locate them on the Cartesian plane, they are getting the exact place we have answered, right. So, this is correct, okay. Now, note this so that we can move forward. Noted, students, right. Okay, now with the next question, you are having plot the point x, y given in the following table on the plane, choosing suitable units of distance. On the axis, the value of x, that means the what given? Axis is given, ordinates given. Now, there is a word axis. Okay, I have told you about sorry, x axis and y axis. These are, this is a particular axis, first axis, and this is the second axis, y axis. Combinedly we call them coordinate axis, ES. Basically this is singular and this is plural, okay. So, this is a basic thing, that this is the x axis and y axis, but when we combinedly talk about these both two, we will say it axis, okay. This is so. Now, we have to locate these points. Okay. So we have to make that okay. So here I am having this what? X-axis, right? X-axis. So this is X-axis, right? And just to the middle, that is 15. So that will be 10 and some halves. Okay, so mid will be this, and here from there we will be having okay. So let us suppose 12 here or 11.5 here, right? So 11.5 here and 11.5 downwards. Okay. So again this is what? X O X dash and Y O Y dash. Okay. Now will I mark these points as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Right. So I am taking 1 centimeter as 1 centimeter only, right? Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 and then maybe 11 also. Here doing the same. Do it also in your notebook, students. Just don't look at the board. So this is on the negative axis, students, right? For the positives, we are having this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 and 11. Here also we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Okay. So this is it. Now you can mark it also like -1, sorry it is not -1 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 and then 11. Here -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -10, 9, -10. Okay. So here it is. Now here minus it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 for positives, and for negatives here it is 1, that is of minus, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9 and -10 and maybe -11 here. Okay. So this is it. Now you are having your points like first point, if you will take the first point, these are the first point, -2. Now it's what is saying, plot the points x, y given the following table on the plane, choose suitable units of distance on the axis. So we are taking 1 centimeter equals to 1 log. Now -2 and 8. So first point is -2, 8. Second is -1 x axis and 7 y axis. Then 0 x axis and minus of 1.25 y axis. Now 1 x axis, 3 y axis, 3 x axis and -1 y axis. Okay, starting from this point, let them name as P, Q, R, S, T. Now if I am plotting the point P, that is -2 and 8. So -2 is here and positive 8, right? So that will be this point. Okay, right. The second point is -1 and 7. So -1 here and 7, right? So this is the point second. Okay, then the third 0 minus 1.25. Let me first name them as P and Q. So this is P, this point, and this point is Q. Okay. Now students, this is R, which is 0. Now 0 on the x-axis. Now if it's on x-axis 0, that means that will lie somewhere on the y-axis, where minus of 1.25. Now minus of 1.25 will lie here. 1.25 is greater than minus 1 and smaller than minus 2. Okay. Now we are having, okay, let's not suppose this, but we are having this margin. This is minus 1 and this is minus 2. We are having some lines here, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and this 10. You can measure it by your scale also. 1 centimeter were provided as a 1 block now. Okay, now see here that we are having 0.25, 1.25, 0.25 means how many? That is 1/4. Now we are having how many blocks in it? 10 blocks, and you are getting only 1/4 of 10 is what? 2.5, right? So you are getting this first, second, and after this second and third margin, you are getting the mid here. So in the middle of the half of this, you will be getting it. Okay. So here it is. It will lie somewhere here, right? Because half is this, half is this. So you will be getting somewhere here. Okay. And in your notebook, you can find it exact by your scale, right? Okay. So now this will be the point, right? So that point will be known as R. So this is point R. Now about the S 1 and 3. So 1 1 positive positive. Okay. First quadrant, that will be 1 here and 1 here. So this will be the point S. Is what is, no, it's not 1 1, it's 1 3, right? It's 1 3. Sorry students, this is 1 3. Okay. So 1 3 will be where? 1 3, that means positive, of course, both positive, that means first quadrant. So that will be lying in the first quadrant. 1 on the x-axis and 3 on the y-axis. So that will be here. So this will be what? S will be 1 comma 3 here. Now T is what? 3 minus 1. Now this is positive and negative. Positive negative will be the fourth quadrant. Okay, let's see. 3, positive of 3. So 3 in this axis, x. Okay. And minus of 1. Minus of 1 here in the minus. So that will be the point. What? T. That will be 3 minus 1. Similarly, this point P is what? Minus 2 comma 8, and this point Q is what? 7 comma minus 1. So minus 2 8, minus 1 7, minus 1 7 it is, right? It's minus 1 7. Okay, correct it. Minus 1 here, this side, and 7. Okay, so this point is minus 1 7. So these are the points 1 2 3 and 4 points that we have located on our graph. Okay, good. Note it. Noted? Okay. Okay students, so this was about the various type of questions that has been asked and that are important for your coordinate geometry, and it is very what you say, important for you guys to understand this, because I was telling you from the very first lecture that all the basics you are studying in the class 9 will be very useful to you in your board exams. Okay, so study hard, right? Okay, so enjoy your life, take a break, wander here and there and come back to study. Bye bye, take care.